was just wondering, how would I go about seeing about having all the school zones switch to 25 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour all the time? 365, 7 days a week.
There's the school district because whenever we get the request from the school district, then we follow up and put the signs.
So you have to go through the school district and then it comes to you.
Because school district sometimes they want to put the timer when children are present. So what's your background? What do you try to achieve?
Children getting hurt or someone dying, because I watched someone die on that street.
Okay.
And people speed. It was a hit and run. I just want to help try to, there's nothing wrong with making it 20 miles an hour all the time. That's what I'm trying to achieve in whatever direction I need to go to, or help from someone like yourself, just to try to get that done, because I think it would just be a positive for the community if everybody just slowed down.
Under MUTCD, I don't know if you're familiar with the code, the Manual for Uniform Traffic Control, that's called the MUTCD. If you go online, there is specific provision, and if you look at all the schools, when children are present, the speed limit 20 miles. But
it doesn't matter if the children, if it's school times. Kids go to the school when they're not at school. They got playgrounds and stuff. You see what I mean? So it doesn't matter with their school time.
That's the regulation that we have to follow under the.
So how do I get that changed? That's what I'm asking you. Who do I talk to? Or
because that's the whole entire U.S. they adopted is under federal regulation. So under federal regulation, when children are present, that's the time, because we have to make sure that we follow the guideline.
Well, we need new ones. So there's got to be a way to do that. There's got to be someone we can talk to, or I can talk to, or go somewhere at school district. That's what I got to do. I just need a direction to go into, because I just really want to see about getting that changed.
Because
we start with Burien, we start there, and we move on.
Because that's the adopted regulation from the federal, not our policy. It's not the local agencies.
But you guys can put in like a request or a persuasion or like something to say, hey, we'd like to do this for safety.
Under federal regulation that we have to follow, we can go at the federal regulation or below or same standard. But once we go to the higher standard, that means we are changing the federal regulation. The local agency doesn't have authority to change that regulation. So so that's the regulation that all the cities, not us, even including county, they follow that MUTCD, and that's the guideline.
Well, I understand that's the norm right now, but there's always for change. So it's something that we can't do. It will never happen, is what you're saying.
No.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Because
it's for the children. Why wouldn't we do that?
Because what happened when that's the school district, they put the flasher when children are present.
Yeah.
When school is
we don't even have flashers right here. We have
nothing.
Then
go to school district and say, hey, we need flasher.
Okay. Do you know who I would talk to?
The district director.
The district director.
Yeah.
And where is that office? Is that around here?
That's the, if you
would it be Highline?
Is the Highline school district, and say, okay, I need the flasher for each school. So what they do, the school has higher power to get the grant or money, not us.
Right.
So what happened when school they get the grant, and they say okay, and then they say okay, we have this much money, and where's the best location to put those devices? Then we involve in terms of the location and type of signage. But they
and then you guys control that after the school district.
No, still they have control.
They have
control because what happened, the street is owned by the city of Burien. So whatever they do, they still we say make sure they follow the guideline or the regulation, because making sure that's the requirement. So
it just doesn't seem
the plaza.
Positive.
That's all the schools. If you look at most of the school, and under new school, they are going to put the 3 flashes.
On the new one?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. So what happened when children, they try to cross, just like signal,
right?
They're going to push the button and going to flash yellow.
So you're counting on children to do this?
Anybody can cross it. Let's say you go.
Well, no, I'm almost 50 years old. I know what button to push, but I'm talking about children.
So let's signal, like children or anybody, when try to cross, they just the signal, they push the button. And
seems simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So they part of the new school because they have budget, but old school they have to apply the grant with the state and federal, and then they come with the money each location for the flasher. Here, because they have budget and they are putting new school, and there was a history, somebody had accident,
Yeah,
Now
I
that's-
watched it.
Yeah. So that's why they are doing like 3 locations. Like one, if you, and they are changing the location where we have existing because some of this is too close, some of this is a conflict. with
You mean the
price.
lights? Well, the other reason is too, you've probably driven somewhere for a year and then all of a sudden notice something. Oh, hey, didn't know that was there. Same thing. When you have those flashers and those kind of things, what happens is people get used to them. So they start speeding up again. They don't pay attention. It's
But
just,
it's not 24/7 flasher. When somebody try to cross, there's a time just like signal.
so we're
there's no
so what
difference
we're
in
gonna
signal.
we need so we should put up signs telling the children to use those crosswalks because they're children.
no,
They're
that's
not going to have
no,
common
those are the
sense.
signs. So-
they run in between the cars and run across the street. They don't use
That's
crosswalks.
the one thing they try to come with a plan. Try to send each location the kids. That's the only location they can cross. Because what they did, they come with a plan and they put the crosswalk and the walking path from the school. So they would come to that point rather than coming because they are going to put the fence and the other things. So automatically children come to that point.
Right. We'll just have to brainwash the children to know to use that crosswalk because they're going to
No,
probably.
they do. Like if you go to the military road,
all children do not do that. They're children. They don't think all the way. They're not smart
So
enough
that-
to have
that's the-
guidance.
that's
They're
the-
waiting
they
to be
need the
told all the
education.
time. Children are waiting to be told.
So
That's why they
they-
get in trouble. What did I tell you to do? Because they get told 4 or 5 things.
Right.
They're all doing stuff. They don't pay attention. So that's my concern. But what was your name?
Ramesh,
What was that?
Ramesh, the word.
Okay. And what was your title here? What do you
I'm
do?
an engineer from public works.
Oh, you
I
see.
have been doing 15 years the traffic.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so you understand it. Well,
Yes,
we're
I
gonna-
understand. I know the regulation. We have to make sure
But we change regulations every day. We do.
that if because what happened under federal guideline
I
on the
understand
state,
that. But
they
federal
come-
laws can be changed, right?
No, we adopt that federal guideline that we have to follow because let's say just you come for the building permit. We cannot come with our own rules. We have to come with international building code. Under international building code, that's the full rules we have to follow. That's the sharp line. I understand what you try to achieve, what you try to do. You are doing best, but
Well, it
everybody
just seems
cannot-
like something on paper. We're going to put this in. It's a budget. It's like that. But we're not thinking of
No,
the
if you want to
simple
flesh
of
out-
the children. That I mean, it's just a thing for me. It aggravates me. So
And
I
then-
see them speed every day. Every day.
that means the enforcement. Like what we do, we put together police.
Can we do that? Can I set up something to sit with someone and have more police on that street?
Where
How do I do it? Right on 156 by the center right there and the.
that's they're trying to do. They are going to bring the street narrow because
Right.
that's part of the school project. They are going to do. They are going to bring the narrow so that way it's not wide opening because some areas wide opening.
Well, it's only one way, but
No,
there's
no.
cars
Yeah, right.
all on the side, so people walk in between those cars.
But they are going to put the sidewalk. That's they are doing. So that's will narrow down, and then people just walk on the sidewalk.
But still, if we, how do I see about getting more police presence on that road? Who do I talk to?
That's police chief.
So I talk to this police chief?
Or police department say, hey, such and such location, I see more speeding, and can you do the more patrolling?
Yeah.
And then what they do, that's not their priority because there are some other incidents.
Oh, of
happen.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So then they would go and do the more patrolling, and then if like depends on the timing, then they do find out and give the ticket because we do other locations. Other things what we do. Just like once we school is open and once we get the complaint,
The
we
sidewalk.
put the speedometers that you seen like we have on.
Oh, it tells you going too fast? I hope you put those in.
No,
Now, are
because
those
what-
monitored like somewhere? Or do you guys just grab the data and look at it later? Or is it something that goes to somewhere where you can see at any time how it's going weekly
No,
or
what
whatever?
we do, let's see, like each device is a different use. So what intent for the splasher, the speed. So what happened? Let's say I'm driving.
You're doing 50 and it's 20. I get it.
So I'm driving, so I don't look at the odometer, I look at the front. So when the light is flashing, then they say, oh my goodness, I'm going 40 because some people are innocent. And they don't realize because they want to go. Once they see that I seen like that reduce the speed. And
Sometimes.
like we have the data shows that.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Does the data go to that machine, stay to the machine and you go get it? Or does it come here?
No.
Or does it go to a...
we collect the two ways data. One, let's say you come to the certain location and say we have speeding problem. So you've seen the counter, tube counter.
Well,
Yes.
I did talk to one of the sergeants, and he said that they didn't have any of those machines with the things.
Because
They
that
would
time
have to
was
get them
broken.
from Seattle or
No,
something.
that was the broken. I don't know when you talk to them.
I talked to him about 7 months ago, 6 months. I
No,
went to
we
the police
have
station.
that device 7 months ago. Maybe they don't know.
Maybe they.
So we have the location, that place.
Is it being used right now?
Yes, every day.
Where at?
So what we do, we create the loop. So let's say we have 10 locations, and we put each location for 2 days, and we rotate.
And you get the data from that location. Great.
Yeah, I don't wanna
And those
send you
are
out
normally in
to
school
do
zones.
something if-
No, anywhere.
Oh, where is it at correctly right now? Where is that currently?
So that one, if you look like, you want to see what type of the system that you
I want to see where it's at, where it's located, what street it's
we
on.
can ask the. Can you ask the hold the Andy? Andy, can you?